Hi there, it's Karen here. Today I'm doing a layout based on this sketch and using Pink Paislee's 6x6 pad from the C'est La Vie collection, which is one of my favourite collections. And I'm starting by I've chosen these 4 pages, which I think go really well together, and just laying them out. I've cut them to 5 3/4 by 5 3/4, just so they fit on nicely with a little border around the edge. And I'm just going to use my black Pick pen to outline each of the 4 sheets so that they will just pop a little bit against the white backing paper, because otherwise they tend to blend in. So I'm just finishing outlining these 4. That minty green and rose paper with the grey roses, I think that's one of my all-time favourite papers from this collection, and I think I really love it. And I like the way the minty green just travels across the page from the top right to the bottom left with using that colour block paper. And now I'm looking for some more papers from the pad to back my photo. So I'm just picking a few out. I don't use them all, but I'm just trying to pick a few that might work to back this photograph of my husband sitting on a boat on a weekend trip that we went on a couple of weekends ago, and he was just looking into the distance, enjoying the trip, and I just snapped a picture of him. I'm using this colour block paper again. I had another piece of it that's just had a little bit cut out of it. So I thought that would make a nice piece of backing paper, and it would tie the 2 corners together. So I'm just cutting that to size, and then I'll be choosing another couple of papers to layer it up. And I think the next layer is this brown diamond paper, which is quite a contrast to all the other papers, but it does make the photograph pop a little bit. It gives it a nice grounding, and shows it up against the much paler background. And this final layer, it's very hard to see. It looks like white, but it is actually a very tiny polka dot, black and white polka dot, and that just gives it the final layer. To show it against the minty green background, and I like that. I like 2 or 3 layers just to kind of make the photograph stand out a little bit. Okay, they've all been stuck down now, and now I'm thinking about my title. So I've picked out these Cartabella chipboard letters that I've had for a while, chipboard words really, and I've popped out the word "so," and now I thought, well, the white against the background doesn't show up, so I've taken out one of my pro markers. It's the soft green colour, and I'm just colouring them to see how that comes out, see how that works with the other colours on the layout. And I think it works quite well. I just need to give the S another coating because it was ending up looking paler than the O. And then I'm just picking out the word "happy" because "so happy" just seems to be a suitable title for this layout, as we were very much enjoying our little boat trip. We always enjoy a boat trip. So I've just picked the letters out for the happy, and I'm going to colour those in to match the "so," because it just seems to match the rest of the colours in the layout very nicely. With that pro marker, just laying them in place. I haven't stuck them down yet because I'm just working out whether I want them to go there. Have another view of the sketch. So the next bit I'm working on is the title, and I'm going to do some strips. So I'm going to do some journaling strips as per the sketch. And I thought, well, rather than cutting out the strips and then trying to write on them, which can be tricky, I've taken a piece of scrap card and I'm working out what I want to say and leaving a nice space in between each row so that I can then cut them into strips and stick it on my layout rather than doing it the other way around. So the journaling I'm writing, it just says boat trip on Fairhaven Broad, which is in Norfolk. Though short, we enjoyed it very much, and I managed to capture a look of pure contentment on Richard's face. So not a big story. It's just a little mention of our boat trip that we were taking in the Broads in Norfolk a couple of weekends ago. So I'm laying them on the layout as per the sketch, sort of in not in sort of a slightly diagonal offset fashion, but I thought they don't really show up very well against that polka dot paper, although that is the location they need to go in. So I'm going to outline them with my my grey zig writer. And I'm just going to put a line around each one just to make them pop a little bit more against the background. So that's going to just a very fine line, nothing too, I haven't got room for anything too fussy, but that line will just hopefully make them pop a little bit against the background. And it helps a bit, but I'm going to have to do something a little bit later on to help them pop a little bit more, as they really rather fade into the background there. So I'm just laying them out, seeing where I want them, seeing where everything else will go with them, thinking about where I'm going to put my embellishments, which, according to the sketch, have to go in the middle there. So I found this, I've gone through my little pink embellishments, and I found this rather pretty rose, pink rose, which goes rather well with all the roses in the backing paper. I'm trying out this wooden clip, but in the end it doesn't make it. The colours don't work. It just doesn't look right there. So I've just got a few little bits. I don't use a lot of embellishments on this page because there's quite a busy background. It doesn't need a lot of embellishment. Just a little bit in that corner, not corner, in the centre there, where all the papers join in the middle. That other one, I like the other flower die cut as well, but there's too much yellow on it, and I didn't really want to introduce another colour. I think the pink and the mint and the white and the black are enough colours on this page. I think everything else another colour would jar. So I've used that little pink rabbit just because it's cute and we were in the countryside, and so it seemed to fit, and the butterfly. And then I've just found a little die cut there saying dream. That's an old die cut that I've had in my stash from an old Scraptastic kit, and I just popped it in there because that just seemed to fit with the feel of this layout. Taking out that clip, that doesn't work. So sticking down all the little embellishments and sticking down my title now, because that all seems to work together. So happy. And then I found that's right, this little butterfly. I'm going to just give it a couple of little pearls, just lifts it in the same colour, in the sort of minty green colour. Pop those little pearls in the middle, and that just makes the butterfly a little bit more special. And I put a similar pearl in the middle of the flower. And then this arrow, I thought, well, it pointing towards the photograph, which seemed to work, and I'm just going to outline the arrow because it's a very, very pale green. It's a little paler than the So Happy, but it does all coordinates with the rest of the green, but it just needed to pop a little bit. It's another outline, and that just works there. And I found this little die cut. It's the sort of minty. It's got a pink background, #today. So I thought, well, that'll go on and just completes the title. So makes it So Happy Today, because that's what it does what it says. It's a happy day. And then there's a couple of little hearts. They pick out the brighter pink at the bottom of the page, and they coordinate with that, so they fit on there rather nicely. And then I'm looking at the journaling there, and I decided that each of the strips needed to be backed with some washi tape, and I had this rather pretty green washi tape that goes really well with the rest of the colours on the layout. So each of the strips are going to be backed with this washi tape, and it just helps them lift a little bit more from the page and to show up better against the polka dot background. So I'm just putting these bits of washi tape down, one for each of the journaling strips. Stick it down. There we are. I try to fit this greeny coloured die cut on there, but the colour doesn't work. It's just not right, so it doesn't go on there, and neither does that pink. I keep trying different bits, but they don't work. I'm not a great one for over embellishing. I like it to keep this one in particular. It felt like it needed to be fairly clean, and I didn't want too many bits and pieces on it. So I've just picked out these stars, either from the Cute Girl collection. There were gold stars and minty green stars. So needless to say, I've picked out the green ones and not put any gold on there. The gold wouldn't have worked. So I've picked out a few minty green stars to stick on, and I've just laid them on where I think they might go, but in the end I don't stick them all on. Just pick out a few to stick on, just to give a little spark, a little bit of extra interest. And there's just a few there around the flowers. And one more. No, thinking about another one there, but I think that's going to be the last one just there by the bunny. And I think the last thing I'm going to do is to put the date on, and then that's it done. So thank you very much for joining me. If you liked it, please subscribe and give me a like, and goodbye until the next time.